Hi, I'm Lori Cook. I'm a realtor with Premier Sotheby's International Realty. I'm a realtor on the southwest side of Orange County. I work with my husband, Barry Cook. We are both realtors over here on this side of town, and we both work with Premier Sotheby's International Realty. Today, I am giving some tips on what you need to know before you buy your first home, if you're a first-time home buyer. My first tip is that you need to have a credit score of at least 640. There are some lenders who will go as low as 620 and some that will even go as low as 580, but you're going to pay more for that loan than you would if you have the higher credit score. If you need to bring your credit score up, then we can put you in touch with some lenders that we know, trust, and would feel comfortable referring you to. They can give you some guidance on things that you can do to bring your credit score up. If you don't know what your credit score is, then you can get a free copy of your credit score once a year from the three different reporting agencies. But that's something important for you to know and something important for you to work on getting as high as possible before you go to buy that. Another thing that you need to know is how much money are you going to need whenever you go to buy that house. Typically, for a down payment, you're going to need about 3.5%. That's what FHA requires at 3.5% for a down payment on a home. Now, if you've been in the military, there are VA loans, and they have some more specific rules. And then there are also USDA loans if you're going to be out in a rural area. And some of those you can get in with little or no money down. There are also some grants and other programs that have down payment assistance. Some of them have some strings attached, so you want to be careful with that. But there are some situations and scenarios where you can get in with zero down, but that's not always the case. And you should probably go ahead and count on at least 3.5% of the sales price of the home as your down payment. Then you're also going to have closing costs. Closing costs are basically the amount of money you're going to pay for the privilege of borrowing the bank's money for the next 30 years while you pay for that home. It's also going to include your doc stamps and taxes and some other things that are rolled into those closing costs. But that's also going to be about 3% also of the sales price of the home. So that's another thing that you need to be prepared for whenever you're buying your home. That's something else. Now you can ask, when you're buying the home, you can ask the seller to pay part of your closing costs. You can ask them to pay all of it if you want to. It depends on how financially attractive your offer is. If it's a nice offer, then they may be so inclined to step up and go ahead and pay for some or all of your closing costs. Can't hurt to ask. They may not do it, but they might. And that's something that you can always ask whenever you're presenting your offer. Another thing you need to know is, you're going to have to be prepared to answer, is how long have you been employed? You need to have been gainfully employed with the same employer for at least 1 year before you go to buy a home. You're going to have to be able to prove that income and prove that you were employed. Now you can also use things like alimony and child support for income, but it has to be able to be documented, and you're going to need to be able to prove that whenever you go to buy your home. They're going to need to know that. And also, do you have any money saved up? You're going to need to have, you're not going to have a ton of money in the bank whenever you buy a home, but you're going to want to have some money in the bank whenever you move into a home, because you never know what's going to happen. If you have little kids, I raised kids, you never know when you're going to get a baseball through the window or, whatever. There are going to be things that are going to happen to your house that are going to cost you money, and you need to be able to be prepared to take care of those things. So you want to make sure that you have some money in the bank whenever you buy a house so that you're prepared whenever those problems arise, so that you can take care of those things whenever they happen. My next tip for you is you need to find a good realtor. And you know, just because your best friend's sister's cousin just got her real estate license last Thursday doesn't mean that's necessarily the one that you should go with. You want to make sure that you get somebody who you are compatible with, for one, because if there are personality conflicts, that's not going to be a good situation for you whenever you're making one of the biggest decisions, financial decisions you'll probably ever make in your life. So you want to make sure that you get a good realtor. I suggest that you get one with a good company, a big company, because there's strength in numbers, and a company like Sotheby's International Realty, not necessarily us, but any of the big names, there's a reason why they're the bigger ones, and it's because they have the experience and the financial backing to be good and know what's good for you, and to help you through the process of you know, that complex market of buying a home. So make sure that you choose a good realtor to help you find your home, and to help you negotiate a good contract and get you in that home. And then my last tip for you today is to make sure that you get pre-approved. If you have a bank that you love, that you work with and you love them, go in, see them, talk to them about a mortgage loan. But it's crucial that you have a pre-approval letter with you when you're writing an offer on a home, because whenever the offers come in, if they come in without that pre-approval letter, you can pretty much guarantee that those offers are going to be set aside. It's going to be the ones that, sorry, my dog is barking. It's going to be the ones who have that pre-approval letter that are the ones that are going to get their offers are going to be accepted first. So make sure you have that pre-approval letter as well whenever you get ready to write that offer out on your new home. Those are just a few things that you need to be aware of whenever you're looking to buy your new home. And if there's anything I can do to help you, I would love to. So please give me a call if you're looking to buy a home. If you're looking to sell your home, I'd love to help you with that too. My name is Lori Cook. I'm at 407-748-6302. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new videos every week. Hit the little bell and to get notifications whenever I put out new videos. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them too. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next week, bye-bye.